Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5 best mirrorless cameras for video. Starting at number 5. Panasonic Lumix S5. Panasonic's S5 is a compact full-frame mirrorless with a very sharp 24-megapixel sensor. The S5 mostly holds its own against the rest of these full-frame cameras in still image quality. But what really sets it apart is the extra video features you won't find elsewhere. Support for vlog recording, anamorphic 4K support, and uncropped 4K at 30 frames per second top the list. The result is a camera that's perfect for hybrid video and stills shooters. The S5 uses the L-mount lens system, an effort to do for full-frame what Panasonic did for Micro Four Thirds, create a unified lens mount standard. Leica is the driving force behind the L-mount, but Panasonic and Sigma also have plenty of glass in L-mount. That means there's no shortage of lenses for the S5. The biggest shortcoming is the autofocus. Like the bigger S1, there's no phase detection, and the camera relies on a contrast-based detection system, which is slower and less accurate. If your primary use case is video, be sure to check out our guide to the gear and tips you need to make studio-grade home videos. Coming at number 4. Canon CA/Tamara Digital. The Canon EOS R is a mirrorless option for people who loved their DSLRs. It's a hefty beast, with a solid feel that reminds me of what I used to love about film cameras. Even the on-off switch is made of metal. The sensor is typically Canon, which is to say sharp, with good contrast and the characteristic Canon color rendering. The phase detect autofocus is fast and accurate. One thing I really like is when you change lenses, there's a cover that swings out to protect the sensor from dust. Every camera on this list would benefit from adopting this feature. The R-mount lens system uses a very wide base diameter, like the Nikon system, and achieves similar results. There are faster lenses around. The better news for those already invested in Canon glass is that there's a $99 adapter that will let you affix just about any older Canon glass to the R. At number 3. Sony Alpha 7R4. Sony's A7R IV uses a 61-megapixel full-frame sensor. From a pure resolution standpoint, it is unmatched. If that's not enough, there's a 16-shot high-resolution mode that can create 240MP images. The dynamic range is outstanding, and the ability to recover detail in the shadows is something you'll only believe once you do it yourself. I was able to pull up shadows in my RAW editor by as much as 5 stops with no more noise than if I had shot at the corresponding ISO in the first place. While the still images the A7R IV produces are frankly remarkable, its video chops are not of the same caliber. That's not to say its specs are bad, but there are more capable video cameras if that's your focus. Other downsides are its price, and its RAW files are huge. If you buy one, pick up some extra hard drives too. Number 2 of my list. Fujifilm X-T4. Fujifilm's X-T4 is one of the best values in the camera market. Fujifilm uses APS-C sensors, which are smaller than the full-frame sensors in the rest of the cameras in this guide, but the images are every bit as sharp. The X-T4 has in-body image stabilization and significant autofocus improvements compared to its predecessor. There's also a clear division between photo and video mode, so you can easily switch back and forth. The X-T4 even offers a fully articulating rear touchscreen, something you won't find in either of the Sony cameras. The camera body's design is reminiscent of film cameras, and perhaps the best thing about it is how seldom you need to use digital controls. ISO, shutter speed, exposure compensation, and shooting modes are all accessible via physical dials. Plus, Fujifilm's excellent line of lenses is surprisingly affordable relative to some of the others on the list, making this one of the least expensive systems to invest in. My only real gripe is the grip. It's on the small side for a body of this size. And number 1. Sony Alpha 7 IV. Sony's new A7 IV is a 33-megapixel full-frame camera capable of incredibly sharp images, with excellent dynamic range and the best autofocus system on the market. It's compact and lightweight enough to carry all day without back strain, and the grip is comfortable. The 5-axis image stabilization means you can handhold it in lower light, and the wide range of 4K video options make it the best all-around photo and stills combo on this page. There are better still cameras and better video cameras, but nothing else combines the two quite as well. What I don't like about it, or any other Sony, is the labyrinth and menu system. Luckily, there are enough customizable buttons that it's not too difficult to set things up, so you never need to dive into the menus. 33 megapixel full-frame sensor, 10 frames per second, 7K oversampled 4K/30 FPS video, SD and Express cards. Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.